Hello and welcome to another DJI Neo Drone video. Hope you're all well. Now, as you saw that little clip at the start of this video, I'm in Richmond and that was Richmond Falls. It's a beautiful little waterfall in the River Swale. Now, if you haven't been to Richmond, I thoroughly recommend going there. It's a beautiful little walk. There's loads of history to it and there is a market square there as well. So today's video, I just wanted to talk to you about the flight anxiety that I mentioned in a previous video. I actually had it myself at Richmond Falls. Now, the thing was, the signal over in Richmond wasn't great. Now, for those that have a Neo, you know that the battery life doesn't last a huge amount of time, 15 minutes give or take. So when I took it up near that river, it took quite a while for the signal to get to 21 or more. It was around about 3 or 4 and I didn't want to do anything until it got to the white satellites. I've learned that lesson before. But yeah, so it was basically hovering at maybe 6 foot in the air. I took it to 10 foot in the air, a little bit higher. I was waiting a good minute or so for it to try and climb those satellite numbers. Eventually it got to about 22, which sort of made me a bit more relaxed in flying the drone over that water. Now, I don't know about you, but when it comes to flying drones over water, regardless if it's 3 foot off the water, 6 foot off the water or more, I do tend to be a bit sort of anxious because you never know how the Neo is going to behave, if there's going to be some sort of an issue where it's just going to end up landing by itself or doing something ridiculous. I have no idea, so I always have that little bit of anxiety and a bit stress at times. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to try and get a nice little point of interest shot that I've done before. I wanted to pinpoint the left hand side, of the waterfall. Now the waterfall does extend right across. There's a couple of points where it flows over, but on the right hand side there was families, there was kids, so I wanted to focus on the left hand side so they were not in shot, or like not many people were in shot, just to show them that I wasn't filming them. It was more the water feature. Now, if you've been there, you'll know how beautiful it is. Obviously the waterfall goes down and it just flows, the River Swale flows all the way down to Station Bridge and the likes. It's just a stunning place to go and sit, have an ice cream and just take 5 minutes and just see the beauty. Now for this, I wanted to try and get a few little connecting shots. Now the first one was the left hand side of the waterfall I mentioned. I wanted to get the drone to focus on that and do one of those point of interest shots where it moves around it. Now I did that about 3 or 4 times. Now the first time I did it, it was just a practice run just to see how fast it was the best, whether I needed to slow it up or slow it down or speed it up. So as it was going across, you could see it was probably about, as I say, 6 foot over the water. But still, the anxiety was there. I wasn't too sure what was going to happen. Again, over that side, when you look at the footage, you'll see there's trees over that side. So again, water, trees, not a drone's best friend. So I was trying to make sure that I could get the shot and stop it before I went anywhere near those trees. Now, if you saw the previous video, I talk about the speeding up of the drone. Now, I don't know if that's just something to do with that particular drone or whether other drones do it as well. But when you do it, when you sort of tag it for the point of interest shot, you do the little the drag thing and you sort of say, right, okay, that's what I want you to follow, that's the point of interest, and then you do the little swipe of the direction you wanted to go. So I wanted to go left, so it started to go left, and then when it got to a certain point it seemed to speed up, which obviously if it's going at a slow speed you can keep an eye on it. You know for a fact if something happens you can take it off that feature and bring it back. But yeah, it was just kind of a bit unnerving because it would be going round it, it'd get halfway and it would speed up and I just sort of saw it either hitting the trees and dropping in the river or just getting stuck in a tree. So it was kind of ruining the shot. So I tried that 3 or 4 times, as I've just said, and I managed to get one that was relatively fluid. It was sort of did the same speed all the way along. So my idea was to get a shot of the waterfall, as you can see there. So follow the actual waterfall round so you can see that side. You might get a glimpse of the right hand side. You can see the river sort of above and possibly the people that are in the top right. So I did that nice little shot. And then the next shot was one that kind of made me a bit anxious, more anxious than the previous shot. Now this was bringing the drone right down, turn it to the side and basically doing, I think it's a yaw setting where you follow, like you go sideways. I wanted to follow the water, the same speed as the water. So you had that shot, then you had the follow the water shot. So that's what I wanted to do. So I was trying to do that. So I did a mock-up shot. I didn't start recording. I took it and then I figured out what the best speed was, what the best height was. Obviously there's different size rocks everywhere. So I was trying to do that shot. As you can see now, I follow the river down and it just follows that stream, trying to keep at the same speed as the water and going down. But obviously in reality, you can see that the drone's going down nicely, but behind that drone is me trying to keep the same speed with the sticks, obviously keeping my eyes on the drone as well as ahead of the drone to make sure I didn't hit a stone or a rock or a tree and end up in the river itself. So you end up going through all of these like stresses. You're trying to get this perfect shot. It's a beautiful shot of the river, and then you obviously have these issues. Then the next shot was relatively straightforward. It was on cruise control, and I wanted to, obviously I followed the river sideways, and then I wanted to turn the drone around and then follow it going down the river as if it was basically a stone on the river or a leaf on the river, say, just flowing down that river at the same speed. So I kind of did a couple of shots, little test shots doing that to see what the best speed was. And then I just let that go. And that wasn't too bad, anxiety and stress wise. It seemed to flow down the river nicely. And I just kept going just to try and get the best little clip I could. And then obviously turned it around and brought it back. But it's always when it's over water, regardless, as I say, if it's 3 feet, 6 feet, 14 feet, whatever, I always worry about the drone. And if it's going to get affected, if there's going to be some sort of issue with it where it's going to go off to the side, hit a tree and like, but I'm sure you can probably appreciate that, and probably, yeah, you've probably done it yourself. You're probably doing something, you're going over that river, you're worried whether it's going to end up landing or whether it's just going to end up seeing the reflections and have a bit of a panic. You don't know. But I thought I'd just show you that and just sort of show the sort of the meaning behind those shots, just to try and get them. It's not always a straightforward process when you're trying to get connecting shots. Obviously you've got to make sure that it's all nice and fluid and it sort of flows right. So I didn't want the first bit to be fast, the next bit to be slow, and the next bit after that to be slow. I wanted it all to be nice and fluid going along, if you understand what I'm saying with that. But yeah, if you've experienced all of that sort of anxiety when it comes to flying over water, let me know how you get over it. Do you just think, do you know what, I'm not bothered, I'm just going to do it. If the drone goes underwater, then I'll just have to deal with that. Or are you more cautious? Are you kind of thinking, right, okay, take it slow or whatever? You might be just fine with it. You might not be the same as me, where you're flying it and you see the trees, you see the water, you see all of these obstacles, and that sort of sticks in your mind rather than the actual filming itself. Anyway, let us know in the comments if you have all of these issues as well. Let us know how you're getting on with your drone footage. If you've got a drone channel, drop it in the comments, let us know. I'd love to see that and see how you're getting on. If you liked it, hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed, just hit that subscribe button for me right there, and yeah, just helps push these videos out and get more of these done. Anyway, hope you're all well, take care of yourself, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.